Welcome to today's edition of the Caveman Coaches Show. I'm Tracy Donaldson, filling in for Dave Beamer. Today, we will be talking with Coach Sherm Blaser about the 56-27 victory over Pocatello in the first round of the state playoffs. We will also be talking or previewing the upcoming quarterfinal matchup with the Valley View Falcons. In addition, volleyball coach Allison James and cross-country coach Steve Kilgore will join us to recap their state journey from last weekend. And the final portion of today's show will be a spotlight on the FFA program and their trip to nationals. Coach, congratulations on a great win against Pocatello. Can you talk to us a little bit about the game? What were some of the highlights that we had?
We played really well, I think, overall. Offensively, we had just shy of 600 yards of total offense on the night. We were 578-ish. So that was a pretty good highlight right there.
Yeah.
Scored 56 points, so that's a good thing.
Who were some of the playmakers that you had?
Offensively, Ty Cobb and John Edwards both scored multiple touchdowns for us, so that was really good. Luke Hansey came in and had a nice rushing touchdown from quarterback position there towards the end of the game there, so that was good. Highlight-wise, defensively we played outstanding. The score doesn't quite reflect the way the game went, to be honest with you. We started making some substitutions and getting some younger guys some repetitions and getting them some opportunities, and they scored on those younger guys a couple times. So the 56-27 score is not really indicative of how well our defense played, I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially our starting defense.
What areas do you think for this upcoming week are we most focused on?
Well, Valley View is a very good football team. Obviously, they're here. You know, they're one of our tougher games during the regular season as well. So we have to focus a lot on their playmakers. They got two guys, Lan Larson, their quarterback number 3, and the Childs kid, number 28, is a running back for them, that are both 1,000-yard rushers on the season. So we have to be aware that that's going to pose a challenge to us to stop their running game particularly.
Excellent. So this is a quarterfinal matchup. As you get later in the season, what types of things do you really focus on? Like, what are some things that you try to do?
Well, we went last week with Pocatello. We went back to the basics in some regards and started over with some of the fundamental things that we haven't given much attention to over the last few weeks, 5-6 weeks. So we went back. We're doing some ball security stuff on offense and takeaway circuits and things like that on defense, and re-teaching our tackling systems and all those kinds of fundamental pieces. Because at this point in the season, I feel like our schemes, offense, defense, special teams, are pretty well taught and they're in place. So it's get repetitions at them. But what separates us on Friday night is how we execute those detailed fundamental pieces. How do we not turn the ball over? Do we get turnovers on defense? How well do we tackle? Or can we block people? So we get real back real fundamental to the game.
Awesome. So come out and join us Friday night at 7 o'clock as the Kuna Cavemen take on the Valley View Falcons. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
You bet. Go Cavemen.
I have Coach Allison James here. Coach, congratulations on a fine end to the season. Can you give us kind of a recap?
Yes, so we finished off the season going into districts undefeated. So we went into districts as the first seed, which was pretty exciting for us. And then districts, we ended up finishing first. So we were pretty excited because last year we got that second place. So we were really hoping for first place this year. So the girls did awesome. We played Ridgeview in the finals of districts, and they actually started out 6th place and finished off beating Middleton and Bishop Kelly. So we played them in the finals, and we beat them in 4 sets. So for what counted for districts, we finished the season off undefeated. So
awesome.
Pretty good for our girls.
That's a great end to the season.
Yes.
And then you moved on to the state tournament.
Yes, so the state tournament was in Coeur d'Alene. We left last Thursday morning. It was a really fun trip for all of us. We got to drive on a nice charter bus and go to Coeur d'Alene. And we practiced on Thursday, and then the tournament is Friday and Saturday. So we won our 2 games on Friday, and that solidified us getting 1st through 3rd place. So we were pretty excited about that, and we just kind of got to get done early on Friday and relax a little. Started off later at 11 on Saturday instead of at 9. So we got to sleep in. And then we played Century. No, we played Bonneville first on Saturday, and we lost to Bonneville. Bonneville won state last year, and I think they only graduated one player, so we knew that they were going to be tough. So we lost to them, and then we played Century, and we ended up going to 5 with Century and losing in the 5th game. So we ended up getting 3rd place, which is awesome. We were hoping to be in that last final game, and going to 5, it was pretty close. So, I mean, a little bit tough to finish 3rd because we knew we could get 1st or 2nd, but the girls played awesome. And by that last game, you're just so tired that it's who can hold on the longest. So they did great.
Great takeaways from the season, though. I mean, your girls really responded and really performed well.
Yeah.
And we're very proud of them. So
Thank you. They did awesome.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
I have Steve Kilgore, our cross-country coach. Coach, can you tell us a little bit about kind of the final portion of the season?
Yeah, it ended really well. We were really pleased. Going into districts, we just told the kids to do what you do, and everything would be fine, and they did exactly that. There were no big surprises. The boys were district champions, the girls were 2nd, and that's how they were seeded. And they were just solid, and we were really happy with that. Going into state, things were a little more difficult. We had 2 boys who were sick. One was recovering from pneumonia, and the other had bronchitis actually at the state meet. And so we really didn't know what was going to happen. There's a hypothetical ranking that really doesn't mean too much because you run different courses throughout the year. And we were actually ranked number 1 according to that. We didn't, it was hypothetical. But our boys, they got 3rd. And really that's kind of where we thought they were. But with the 2 boys that were sick, it was just a phenomenal race. They ran out of their minds and performed great. And we couldn't have been any happier. It was perfect. The girls, it was heartbreaking. They got 5th. They missed the state trophy by 4 points. They also ran really well. Several personal records for them, which means I think we did everything right. And but it wasn't quite where we wanted it.
A question that I have for you, over the course of the season, I think probably you're most after kids improving and getting better. Is that correct?
Sure, yeah. It doesn't matter what level they are. Maybe some kids have never even ran a 3-mile race before. And we really condition them to be lifelong runners. That's a goal of ours. And so we're excited to see all sorts of improvement, no matter what level.
We're very proud of the resilience of both the girls program and the boys program, and we want to thank you for all the work you've done with our kids.
Thank you. I just got to say, we have some amazing assistant coaches, Emily Hammonds, Chase Cunningham, and Amanda Long. They just did a phenomenal job this year, and it was just an amazing season all around.
Awesome. Go Cavemen. I have Michaela Graney, the FFA reporter, with us today. Michaela, can you give us kind of a recap of what FFA is and then FFA Nationals that you guys attended?
I would love to. So our CUNA FFA chapter went to Nationals this year. We competed in 2 events, the Creed Speaking competition as well as the Ag Business competition. That meant that one of our Creed speakers was Brooklyn Lowe, and she placed with a bronze emblem, as well as having our Ag Business Management team place 12th in the nation, with one of our competitors being Katie Hedinga. She placed with a 9th high individual, as well as our team placing with a gold emblem. While we were there, we also had we participated in the convention, so that meant that we went to the sessions, we got to see retiring addresses, some really cool speakers came out to talk to around 67,000 kids, FFA members there in Indianapolis, and we also got the chance to go to a career fair, so that meant that we could look around at different colleges that are all over the United States, as well as some of the sponsors that are there for the convention, which is like John Deere and different things like that. So it was a really fun time, really cool, and we all had a lot of fun.
That's awesome. A lot of adventure for you guys.
Yeah.
We're very proud of our FFA here at CUNA, and best of luck to you. Just to close, reminder, we have a football game at 7 p.m. on Friday versus the Valley View Falcons. We also have swimmer Ben Stewart, who will be swimming in the state swim meet at the West YMCA in Boise on Friday and Saturday. So come on out and support your caveman. Thank you.